good afternoon, I guess, all my beautiful peeps out there. So, you guys have been amazing. You've been commenting, you've been reacting. We need to start sharing because I'm reading all of your guys' comments and you don't see each other. And that's why last night I said, "Hey, go through your comments. Comment to 3 people that you don't know just to engage." I posted this morning that I've been trying to explain how my brain is working now. And you guys have really been helping me hone it in with figuring that piece of it out. And that's been great because I'm clearer and clearer. I can make the connections now on bigger and bigger scales. And that's what's been needed. That's, I get why controversial people are controversial. They're having the same insights. They're realizing, okay, I'm not hearing a voice. I'm not hearing a voice that I agree with completely. So I'm going to make a change. And I see where we've gone wrong. And now I'm starting to be able to make connections on an even bigger scale, which is awesome. And it's a lot sooner than I thought was going to happen. But I have to go with it. I have to keep the momentum going because it's just like all the controversial features out there. All my life I was told I was voted most likely to be a talk show host, but I never saw it. All my life I was told you talk a lot. So I stopped talking. And people would compare me to Oprah, and I couldn't see it. I was like, seriously, I can't stand watching the woman. And I was like, why would you say I'm the next Oprah? Makes no sense. The other day, I've been talking about that more with my kids and my husband and their friends, just while I'm going through this process, because that's how I process. I talk. Some people meditate. Some people rock out to music. I talk. And I'm cool with that. And I said that to my daughter and her friends the other night. They're all my girls. They're all my daughters, not just friends. And I went, I don't see why people said I was going to be the next Oprah. Because I always thought when somebody said that, that meant I was going to replace her. But that's not it. And my daughter went, well, Mom, think about it. You get free college. You get free college. You get a free car. And I went, oh, crap. And the people that know me saw that. They saw that behavior in me. And I didn't see it in myself. I knew what I was doing, but I didn't understand why I was doing it. And that's amazing. I told my husband last night, I said, I guarantee you, by my 40th birthday, which is in less than a month, June 2nd, I said, I will have talked to Oprah. And the other day I said, I will have talked to Trump. It doesn't mean that I agree with them or I support them or I don't support them. That's not relevant. I respect them because I understand them. Just like I understand you guys and you've understood me on a level forever. And now I see why I started the way I did, because you were my core. You were my group. I knew you would give me honest feedback, whether I liked it or not. Yesterday I got a negative comment from a perfect stranger, which usually just devastates me. But this time it didn't. And I replied and I said, I get why you don't like me, and that is okay. It really is. It's perfectly fine. Because I know I am amazing. And I know as long as I don't stop, he's going to see me in another light. And I told him that, and I said, you know what? And I will be here to accept you when you do have that realization. Because I believe he will have that realization. If he doesn't, at least I know it's not because I didn't believe in him. So these are the things I'm starting to understand, and I can relate them to so many different people because I've always surrounded myself to so many different people. And that's where the problem has come. If you look at the voices that are really controversial right now, Trump's voice, Oprah's always had a voice. Look at the news anchors, and you can definitely tell which way people swing. But the other day I watched something and I was told the person was not a supporter of something. And I listened to this person talk and I went, are you sure it's not a supporter? And I realized it doesn't matter if she supports or not. She just is able to respect both sides. And that's what we're missing. We have words for it. We have things that we've been trying to figure out. We use phrases all the time. We use them properly, but we've lost the meaning behind them. Everything has taken on such a negative meaning that we're stuck because we don't understand it. Well, I understand it. All my life, people have said, how did you get through everything that you went through and you're still freaking smiling? And I couldn't figure it out. And now I realize why I couldn't figure it out. Nobody understood it. I didn't understand it because you never hear the voices of the people that go through that tragedy. So, I'm not going to stop talking. I'm not going to stop posting. I'm not going to stop reaching out because I am making connections and I'm making people see things differently. And that's been the missing piece. It's been somebody that could, bring everybody together in a different way. And we fight, but we've started fighting for the wrong reasons. We need to start fighting for our personal beliefs. Fighting isn't bad. I'm starting to understand the beauty in our language. It really was beautiful. When we started speaking English, we adapted words from other cultures, and you look at our language and you have to tie most words to other languages. Well, stuff has been lost in the translation, and now I get that saying, and hopefully now you do too. And I kept saying, God, we need a translator. Somebody needs a translator. We translate Spanish, we translate French, we translate every language on the planet almost. But we don't have a translator for the human mind. And that's where we're stuck. We've got these researchers, these brilliant minds who are trying to figure stuff out. But I'm seeing we've already figured it out because we're not right-brained. We're not left-brained. We really are one brain, but that doesn't mean it's one side or the other. I'm able to make those connections. That was sparked last night. I was watching the History Channel and I went, oh my goodness, that's what's going on. I know how the brain works. I understand human behavior. I know why I do certain things. So I can relate that to other people. Doesn't mean I have to have gone through the exact same thing as them, but I can relate to it in such a different way. And like I said, our words need to be redefined. We need to start thinking more about what we're actually saying when we say it. What's the hidden meaning behind things? Think about the phrases you've heard all your life or you hear now. That's when you really start to think. And so I posted this morning in writing. I'm doing a video because I understand we have visual learners, we have tactical learners. They have to be hands-on, which is why they say motivate through change. Lead by a good example. Practice what you preach. Well, it's because people need to see change. That's how they can understand it. Some people, they read. Oh my goodness, people have a thirst for knowledge and they devour anything written. You have art people who they see the beauty in the spoken word. And I actually see it all. I can see it from their points. And that's why you're still tuning in. And that's why you're commenting, because I'm saying something a little different than it's been said all this time. Keep listening, please. Oh my goodness. Now I'm understanding. My friends, I was always called the glue. I get it. So start looking at your friends. Who was that person that, you always referred to as the glue or the rock? And start showing them a little extra attention. Start encouraging them because they just don't see it in themselves yet. Start looking at the ones who growing up were always called the leaders. Oh my goodness, you're a great leader. Well, there's a reason. You know what? I guarantee you, when Oprah was growing up, she was told, oh my gosh, you talk too much. Why are you so compassionate? Why can you relate to both people? I get it. She was the glue. I also get why we're all starting to wake up, because, let's see, Trump, he sees things differently. Doesn't matter if I agree with him or I don't agree with him, whether I support him or I don't. I'll never say that. I will never tell anybody. But we can still encourage when we stop and we open our ears. Start thinking about the people in your groups and the words that you used to use to describe them. Because those are the things that you saw in them, but that was because you saw it in yourself too. Start reaching out. Just stop. Just think. Just go, who was the one I always thought was my rock? Or who was the one that I always thought that, inspired me? Who made me happy? When you start realizing that, you start realizing how interconnected we really are, because most people, there's a few people in their lives that hold those roles, but those people are part of a different circle of friends. So what is networking? Well, that's the businessman's visualization for our interconnectedness. What is quantum physics? Well, quantum theory, we're looking for the strings that combine everything in the universe, everything that joins us. Physicists have said for years, there are little tiny invisible strings that join us, and they're trying to prove them. Well, open your eyes, guess what? Look around. There's a visual for you. We already proved it. It's freaking networking. Look at social media. Look how people are using it. They're staying connected. We're connected to people that aren't there. But the businessmen that designed it, the technical minds, the artistic minds, they didn't make the connection with the scientific mind, the analytical people. I've always connected with both. I have 4 letters from high school, 2 in athletics, 2 in the arts. Let's see, what else? Where are the other contradictions? Everything's a contradiction. Well, why is it a contradiction? That's why we are so conflicted inside. Everything's a contradiction. I have the way to explain the contradictions, and I'm gonna keep explaining them, and I'm gonna keep reaching out to people when I go, oh my goodness, that's the key to unlock that person's little piece, that little piece that they've been looking for. So yes, I talk a lot, I say the same things a lot, but it's because the more I talk, the more my brain kind of lets me know, I guess, we need to be listening to our guts. We need to listen to our brains, because think about it. It's our brains talking to us. My daughter says, Mom, isn't the brain amazing? It's the only organ that named itself. Well, that got me thinking. It's true. It did. Well, why don't we listen to our bodies? People have preached, listen to our bodies. They know what they're saying, but we don't understand it. So we don't really think about it, and we don't listen. We don't listen to ourselves. We don't listen to our internal monologues. We don't listen to our bodies. We have trouble listening to our friends. We don't take constructive criticism well, because there's so much other crap that is just bogging us down. So it's time to change. My voice is the same as my friends. It's just a little different speaking. We are ushering in change. And it is, I get why it's controversial. But I think, no, I have to stop saying I think. I know in the very depths of my soul, I can bridge that gap. Finally, you've heard the term bridging the gap forever, and then I was just talking to my kids. So many sayings make sense. I get where they come from in a different way. I understand them differently, but I can relate. So we were talking about this change. I was explaining to one of the kids' friends who hasn't been around until recently, and it's great. He's awesome. And he didn't know me before this process. He didn't know me before April 1st, and I made the comment that all this change, for 2 years, I didn't get out of bed unless I absolutely had to. And then it was still a struggle, because I couldn't deal with the physical pain I was in while I was trying to heal my kids. And I knew I broke them. I had to fix them. Well, I contributed to breaking the world. I have to fix it. And that's what my friends, and that's what these voices that are starting to be so controversial are seeing. I said it the other day. our generation. We broke it. We need to fix it. And we're waking up because the great leaders, the great thinkers of our time are dying off. And I understand that differently now. Yes, I am the next Oprah, and I embrace that because now I can reach out to her and I can say, "Oh my goodness, please teach me everything that you know about connecting with people so that I can use that to continue to connect with people." When somebody says you're the next great person, stop. Think to yourself. Think about that person and go, what is it in me that they see that's like them? Because had I done that years ago, I may have changed the direction. But now I'm so glad I didn't, because now my voice is coming out when it's supposed to. And it is amazing. It is so awesome to, look around you and be able to see the beauty in the ugliness. And just think for a minute. The next time you hear something and you're like, oh my gosh, how could they think that? Okay, that's controversy. Well, controversy starts you thinking. Thinking gets you talking to the people close to you. Use it. Just a little food for thought. Sorry. Bear with me. I apologize. So I'm going to keep posting. I'm going to post several times a day probably now, because I'm realizing just how important it is. I've known you guys have watched me the last month or so, and it's really been crazy, and it's so different, and I get it. It's scary. But please, even if you don't get it yet, just share. Just say something to a friend. Just share my post. Follow me on my social media. I'm working on my accounts now. My YouTube channel should be up before the end of the night. I will send out my links. I'm doing this. And I'm doing this because you all always believed in me. And I've always believed in you. That's why you're still a part of my life. That's why you're seeing this right now. And you're bringing new people into my life. And I've been trying to take the time to, really connect one-on-one. So this is the best way that I can do it. Because the same message goes to everyone. But each time it hits somebody a little differently. So don't look at people that are posting videos as that they're being preachy or they're impersonal. They've just figured out it's the best way to get their message to the rest of the people. That's all we're doing. That's all networking is. Get your message to everybody else. And be you. Be confident. Be comfortable in your own skin. I'm having so many insights. And it is amazing. And I am so excited to share them with you and continue sharing them with you. And I'm going to continue sharing them on a much, much larger scale. And you are going to see great things very soon. I know that. Trump's saying the same thing to you. I respect that because I get why he's saying it. So if for nothing else, I'm not asking you have to change your belief structure. I'm not asking you to start believing the way somebody else is. And that's the problem. We've fought because we feel like you're wrong, so you have to accept me. And that's why the fighting's gotten out of hand. We don't understand one another. We have words right now for religious war. Why should we have ever even had that word? We didn't come up with it. Another culture came up with it. But it all goes back to necessity is the mother of all invention. Really, I said that in my first post, and it makes so much sense. It's not just invention of tactical things, new skyscrapers, new ways of doing demolition, new ways of mining ores. Yes, but that's not it. We come up with new words, and I just want you to start thinking about when those words were created and why. And the words that don't have roots were created for negative things that we couldn't understand. But if you go back and you look in the dictionary at the definition of a word, and you just look at it from the opposite viewpoint than how you believe it to be. Once you start doing that with language, you can start doing that with your own language. And you start to realize what the words you're saying do to other people, because now you understand them better. And so you change the way that you're talking to people. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a cascading effect, and we've been watching it for decades, and now our voices are being heard, and we're saying, nope, 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 we have to stop this. We all have a different piece of the puzzle, but I really believe, in my heart of hearts, this puzzle, this big picture, is the one I've been waiting for, and I'm that final piece in that puzzle. So it doesn't matter who I agree with or who I support. It just matters that I respect them. I understand their drive. I understand why they're doing the things that they're doing, so I can look at them differently. So that's just my food for thought for now. I will be posting later. And please, share, share, share. We have to share. That is the only way we are going to affect change. So I love you all. You are amazing. Look at your kids. Give them a hug. Just look them in the eye and say, I love you. You are amazing. And I look forward to bridging more of those gaps for you guys. Because, yeah, this feeling's amazing. And I know if I continue, you're all going to feel the same. And all of our brains work different. You're not going to, when you have your aha, you're not going to all of a sudden think the same way I do. That's not about it. It's just you finally get to see your connection to other people. What we've been looking for. Quantum theory, networking, ley lines. Think about it. They're all terms we use to inspire others, but we've stopped being inspired. Except the people that were around me. They always told me, I don't know what it is about you, but you always know what to say. Because I understand you on such a different level. And other friends of yours, they understand you on a different level. So build those bonds. You know, we used to use terms like it takes a village, but we lost the meaning behind it. We separated. We started only thinking one way, and that's how we raised our young. And do you see the problem? When you look at societies where the village still plays a big part, everybody has input, there's a lot less conflict in those areas, but we don't see them. We don't see them. So it's time to open your eyes, world. This isn't just America, this is world. But I'm fighting for my country, my people, but I'm fighting for them as well, because they are really at the brain level, they're no different. The same things motivate them. They do the same things to deal with inspiration, to deal with, we're all the same. It's not just that we're made of the same parts or that we bleed the same color. We really are all the same, but so different. And it's amazing. So please continue to read, continue to post, continue to comment, talk to your friends, respond to people you've never talked to before, just for their insight. Stop being afraid to communicate. Everybody says we forgot how to communicate. Well, I know how. And I started by paying attention to my family. And they believed in me and I believed in them. And the more I believed in them and the more that I pushed them to believe in themselves, I started to believe in myself more. So do you see the pattern? Come on, we need to start promoting good. Let's promote good in a crazy, messed up world. Let's promote good. So that's it. I'm signing off. But God, this is so exciting. I've never been excited about life. I feel alive. I'm living. So many of you are too. You just don't realize it. So keep it up. Keep doing you. Get out of bed every day if you can. If you can't get out of bed, read something. Look something up that you've never thought of before. Just keep thinking. Because when you stop thinking is when it's over. And yeah, I'm never going to stop thinking again. And I'm never going to stop sharing my thoughts and teaching through them. So you can roll your eyes at me. You can think I'm nuts. Hey, great. I probably am. But guess what? So are all other great thinkers. That's why we call them nuts, because we don't understand. I understand. So I will see you all soon. I hope you have a beautiful day. It is gorgeous. And I love you. Give someone a hug. Tell them you love them. Make them smile. It makes all the difference in the world. I promise. I've been there. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.